Today, as natural resources become scarcer and manufacturing costs rise, recycling is more important than ever. Everyone wants to save the planet, but what's the best way to do it? The three things that determine the success of a recycling operation are its collection, processing, and marketing of the materials. Waste management makes recycling collection easy with single-stream recycling. Rather than separating recyclables by type, you can throw paper, glass, metal, and plastics all in one convenient wheeled cart. Then, just roll the cart to the curb. It's simple, easy, and convenient. Let's take a look at what happens after the carts are placed at the curb. First, we empty the carts into collection vehicles and take the material to our Cascade Recycling Center, a state-of-the-art single-stream processing facility located in Woodinville, Washington. Each truck is weighed, and we record where the material came from. The trucks drive into the facility and empty the recyclables onto the tipping floor. Once the recyclables are unloaded, they're ready for processing. Let's follow along. The first conveyor takes the material to the pre-sort area. Here the sorters remove scrap metal and any obvious contamination. Next stop, the cardboard disc screen hopper. Large steel discs spin through the material. The cardboard surfs over the top of the spinning disc while the rest of the material drops into a conveyor below. The cardboard falls into a storage area for baling. After the cardboard comes out, we separate the newspaper using smaller spinning discs. The newspaper, including all the normal stuff in your paper like the advertising inserts, tumble onto a conveyor up to a manual sort line. All types of paper are picked from the line. They fall into bunkers below. Once the bunkers are filled, the paper is fed into the baler, which compresses the material and ties it automatically. So now we've pulled off cardboard and newspaper. What's left is mixed fiber and rigid containers. Mixed fiber is stuff like cereal boxes, junk mail, and magazines. It's separated from the rigid containers by, you guessed it, another set of rotating disc screens. The mixed paper goes onto a conveyor belt up to the manual sort line. Now it's time to sort out the jumble of containers. First step is to separate the glass and break it up for better processing and more efficient transportation. Our glass is really clean. How do we do it? Believe it or not, we vacuum the broken glass to get as much of the paper as possible out of the mix. The crushed clean glass is transferred by conveyor to an outside storage area. Back to the mixed container line. Next up, a magnet removes the steel cans as they pass by. Then onto a paper magnet, a belt with small holes in it and air suction on the backside. Two-dimensional objects like paper stick to the magnet, while three-dimensional objects made of plastic and metal roll back to another pathway of conveyor belts. This technology helps us recover any extra paper that our rolling discs miss. We're not finished yet. It's time for our optical sorter to work its magic. Similar to a human eye, but even more powerful, an optical sorter uses a laser to recognize certain types of plastic. Air ducts under the belt then shoot the identified plastic to its own bunker. The optical sorter can detect differences in a plastic's container size, texture, and color, greatly enhancing the recyclability of all plastics. We have programmed our optical sorter to identify PET, or plastic water bottles. People manually sort the remaining recyclable plastics, including natural HDPE like milk jugs and colored HDPE like detergent bottles. The separated plastics fall into bunkers below the sort line. Once the bunkers are filled, they flow onto conveyors and into the balers. The conveyor moves the remaining materials across an eddy current separator, where a magnetic field of reverse polarity pops the aluminum cans across a diverter into a storage bunker for baling. Down below the sort lines, the balers are busy. All of the different types of bales, newspapers, cardboard, steel cans, and plastics, are separately stored and then loaded onto shipping trailers. These containers go to processing plants where the recyclables are made into new products. The end users have lots of rules to keep the quality standards high on the baled materials, so we work hard to remove as much contamination as possible during our process. That's important to customers. Our municipalities know they get the highest diversion possible because of our outstanding processing and commodity marketing success. Waste management has well-developed relationships with various end markets. This means the recyclables don't sit around in storage. They're quickly on their way to becoming new products. Just about everything that comes into Cascade Recycling Center goes out for a second life. It's a continuous loop of sustainability, and just another way waste management helps everyone think green.